Your siblings or?
To my step siblings, to my sisters, we are close.
Okay.
Then my sister is just like I just born to before. I don't feel able to do this. I don't take those things in my therapy. I don't defend people ways like that. My head is very. I was an artist before I used to draw. I was a very weird person. I was very. I very start from comments. I draw comments anyhow.
You still draw? Why you stop? You see, this is sit down now. You get woke up.
I get up. I want to sense. I want sense.
This is this. Now, if you think it is coincidence that you are into somehow passively into artist management, it's not. There is a place we were going to. Somehow, the course you chose changed everything. Because I wish you go into art for university. Now, if I'm not near you again.
If I say I did art, you know what about me? What is about me? When I first, that's when I do that when I did school. When I did school, I don't kind of saying that. Let me say I carry first. I was 4.2 points. I wasn't even the first person in my class. I was like the second person in grades. I was the best in my own class because the teachers for class, I would go and read. I was always going to. I always going to do. So if I say I like something, I don't know. I don't know like mad. So I don't even used to be doing exam time. I don't used to read. You know that as a man, if you carry paper, come to make I teach you. I will get the exam in the next 1 minute. I will teach you. You make I tell you, I don't tell you, if I carry Bible like this, I go. So immediately I finished school, my head shake. What else? I started writing. I was so busy that I don't look at it like I don't get anything.
You did write books?
I didn't know what I did.
Just
write
copyright.
Newsletter.
Okay.
You see my ideas always mad. Because now I study this from now.
So the issue is there are certain gifts you are given as a person. If you stop, some you go suffer, some you no go suffer. But when it comes to art and craftsmanship, who is sabi, if you leave them, you always tell. Because this comic, this thing you were doing, people don't make fortune out of that. Fortune. For one, I use myself as example. I was used to drawing, to move my.
Where I was recently, I did not out. I'm so creative, because I enjoy my company. I know people that enjoy their company, they're always vague, they're always thinking about.
You like the way you are. See, that's one plus you have. If you like your personal company, being alone by yourself. Me, I enjoy to stay alone.
Me too.
Sometimes people will say, guy, they come outside. I can just shut my. If I have food stuff, and I have money in my account, buy data, I can shut my door for like 2 weeks.
Now is what I do now. So if I get access to internet, if I get access to the time, you say I use the time strong for here. I don't have the money. So as I come reach leader center, with I come learn art, I come see the passion of art. I was so into it then. But that time I come start Yoruba research. I don't learn Yoruba. I don't know anything about Orisha. I don't think very. Now I always know that I'm a black question but that I always see as
Who does he shine about it?
I tell you my mental
Haga, see, my level of awareness now.
See, this level.
The only disparity when I get for traditional worship is that their worship is filthy, dirty. The environment is dirty. They keep and clean. There is only disadvantage. But in terms of what they are doing, I just feel human beings always look for ways to connect to God.
Yes.
They brought whatever we are doing now. It was Islam was brought to us.
Yes,
Christianity was brought to us. But before then, human beings were connecting to God via various means. So, but the only issue I get is say the way they do things, how they arrange their things, how their places, their temple looks dirty and all. The only way to make me, if you connect to them with that.
So those times I was my head was and I put a lot of other things. And I started doing this. So during that time was the same time I got to one chapter. So anytime they talk, now I could make you know say, oh, I'm good. This they said they really are good. And I say, wow. I say, wow. So I always be that kind of person. So growing up, back to that, but growing up, I've been political. He said, so anytime I go to that is political. But I never say anything. It's not that I'm not starting speaking up. Before, I really want to go and play. I just decided to interfere. If I see play for a game, they use me for a game, I don't go come. But the guy coming down last place, I was like, no, I will stop keep quiet. You know, my wife go to fly, say, because I didn't hear it in how you talk like that. Because I hear it. It's just like I said, everybody
Some people are conservative in nature. Conservative people, they are just like that. Just you know a lot, but you choose not to say those things. They are just in your. So people see you think probably this guy don't know anything. But conservative people are people who know a lot, but they choose not to say anything. Like goats, they get me. Let's say I like goat as an animal. There are things that goat have seen for a long period of time, but goat just look overlook. If dogs see and go the back.
Those spirits, if you come out their thing, they put out for the eye, you see the whole power, you see things that you don't need to see. And you talk, that means they know that you see them, that can affect the mental health. I've said this before. there's one they say I stumbled on YouTube, it's called Ability. They talk about the movie they are altar, it's altar
Yoruba.
It's altar story, they talk about the movie how they sing the bush.
I've heard of that.
So you know, the more you share it, so you know that the things that I've told about have made me very, very. I don't want to act myself, but things that I don't know at my age is good. So when I come up as that's why I go. So that thing don't shape me and say that I don't think very and people like my charisma everywhere I go. It's just a thing that people like my way of life. Not even my power at that time. My power get power. I always go to my power. Most people never know that I was the son of God.
People never knew.
Most people thought I was a
You don't look alike.
You look alike. You look alike a bit. I didn't know anything. You don't look like you know. If I find my phone, I'll show you pictures. See, we look alike, but we're also close. So because of that, people used to.
Is it due to resentment of treatment or something?
Actually, I never resent my father.
Very good.
I never resent.
Very good.
I never.
Because that is one mistake we men do. Lot of male children resent their father based on due to what they have heard or someone has reported.
They think in my own family who has been hurt my father is even used. Even without him knowing that I hurt him. He has hurt me several times. Even if I say I did, that's why when you also call out, we're not calling you, sometimes I'll call you at duty. But we're not calling because I'm not the person of the house. The neighbor person of the house is even as close to you with an adult. But because I know that we are human beings and not perfect, that's why I move everything. For that house, I knew my parents should pass. My sister, she loved that so much. This was the I hardly have that for things when I was in school. My mom had sent me to have very good memory. So going on that thing don't make me, don't shape me very well. So I don't like trouble. Though I don't have power for trouble, I have power. If I vex for house, I always very violent to my vex. Things like that. I don't care. I don't basically I don't vex. Alright, so it's hard for me to get angry. Every time I get angry, people don't like me in my anger mood. So because of that, I always want control. She get I don't get fight people for house. But my power like this, my power showing out that I fear this power. You know, they smile. So that thing don't make me get very, you know, my dad, yeah, I entered primary school. I did, what I did. Okay, I did foundation, I did passion. And this vocality, they don't get master in the house. My bag get okay, my bag get bag bar from bar. So bag bar is like a cave. So we used to be there. That's also I would set for there for afternoon, for nights, I can different. And that for all they close early, I close 4
The morning.
in the morning. If I move, I don't limit to that because I don't hear everything always like the music is going back to back, everything is just
No wonder you like music like that.
I never get that is jam. Latest sound that time they bring down come. We stay, everything. I want cry sound man from house. You like me. So that thing don't make me get anything from house. Right? So growing up, I've always been that person. So it's very critical. So that critical thing can shape me. I can't do anything. I cannot take this from my high school. I cannot. Because you see my name in baby. See why is that taking this? My brother will come home, carry for the cheat and do anything. No go talk. I never forgot to think about it. Even that time, you call my brother director with a smile. You hear director, when we call director, oh, I don't die. You enter and say, hey, the back only give them a big, and you get accounts. I don't master. Now, from there, I don't sabi accounting. So, all those things don't shape me from work life. I want the work for me. If I go to for a power day for months, if I sleep and bed, we rest. They give me work at the job one time, I went to say, I got the iron clothes, iron everything. But still, you know, they agree. You cannot sit down there like this. I will not come in, I will not tap out this. If I don't go, God will say, I'm not doing it. You have these things
Dark room.
yeah, not like I go for it, I don't do it. They play music, I just post like play music. And my music are raps. Always rap, without getting to or Eminem or Nas or Drake Lamar. Like, when you come comments, that I put your picture on my WhatsApp. Conversation
No, the fear. You know, going to tumble shop.
poems say I get to know I always take that poems. Me, I always if people dey outside, I see people I go inside. I don't mean political, I do not do it. I don't do it. I also conservative, I also evil.
It's good. It's good. Being too social has
That's all.
he has his own advantages and disadvantages. But me, I don't see any advantage attached to person being overly social. Be social. You have not overly social where you are open to everybody. Everybody can connect and disconnect.
My sister did that. And now my sister used to that one. She didn't like she took a social. This my same age with and she was about 5 years from her house and the origin. My sister carried her away from her house. Oh, so you know, don't fight. My past member and not come from her house. You get and in himself, she says, "Oh, I didn't close my dad." When this happened, who am I first come? And she, and that but that did not come. He's not open this one. He knows not this. Can't come and sit on me. Everything like this. This is happening. So that time he saw me was treating with respect. Because he don't imagine kind of man before. He was asking that valid help. I don't need help. At this stage of my life, anybody that will come, I will carry it as a man. Look at me, yes. This is my son. This is my last room. She gets so once I don't do so I dey go for my life, I never really saw. I see this story. So I don't for once see myself in this. I see myself in this. For once I don't see myself in this. So that become not for me, not for me. But I tell you my fear is like I was so anybody that I'm dating, when I'm dating that person, should know I have secret life. And I've been dating at a very young age. Very young age, I was so bored. Anybody dating me always happy that this guy is so sweet. And you know for me, my wife is a different and my wife don't cast and we get me. And me will be part of that place. Nobody look at me. You know the questions. Also, and I face
Your life is well.
and nobody know. We guys are crazy rich.
Not really do mama matter like that.
Eh?
Not do mama matter fast. My sense of responsibility. Now, I think it was when I was like 17 or 18. That was when I released my responsibility from the house because I was like a father and mother to my siblings. So I never really had time to think. Thinking is what can they eat? What do we wear? What do we fetch water? How do I wash clothes? All those things was always over those times. Now when I don't come grow, me and my father don't get back and forth issues. My father, I was disowned by my father. My father told my birth certificate and said it was no longer my father. All those things, it now drove me out of the house. And I went to stay with friends. After then, and I started because I already learned how to carry things. So even when I went to live with one of my friends in Benin at the age 14, 15, that is at 16, that is at 17 years, I don't leave house. I go to stay with my friends. I never enter school with them. And that same year, I was supposed to write WAEC that same year. Now what happened was that I was having issue with my dad. My dad has already registered for WAEC for me. Now, my prayer was that because I knew very well that if I never made that WAEC, I may not write WAEC again. It's not that I was not brilliant, but God so kind I made the WAEC. So I never went back home. So I stayed that 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't go school. When I was like 27 years, that was my father called me and said, Guy, you don't go school. What is the problem? He said, you don't go school. That was why I graduated. Now I was not up to I was not like 25 because I was 26 because Polytechnic was 4 years but 1 year and like that. When I graduated at the age 30, so I could not go for service. So I spent like 7 years doing nothing. I was just in the street, walking from here, making money, buying phone, living life, but I never really, I don't near woman.
I have, and all my life, I've never made friends with
Enemies.
my age. In all my friends, I have very few that I say they are my age. Maybe the ones I met in school, all my school are the ones I say they are my age. Outside school, all my friends, I don't know.
No, I don't make friends. I don't create much attachment to people. I don't create much importance on anybody. It was after I went to school that I started making friends. Some friends I have like in my entire life now. I had just Ujiri and Joshua as friends. I just have 2 people my entire life.
So so every stage of my life, I have close friends. My first year of my life, secondary school, I have one close friend. We used to I used to go to his house in Lagos. That was the first close friend I have. Then second close friend I have is university. That was Timo. Timo really connected. But like a brother to me, he used to save me when I was trying to save me a lot. Save me a lot. That was second friend I have. Next one I have was drinking rice. I do a big base when I have tickets. So when I was at home, my big ego, like, now then they teach me everything I know. From street life to woman life to now then I know say, bro, you know to stop you man. God, are they gonna give me OT? I don't get man. Most of what I don't apply. Tell people that I don't always be never catch it on fresh. And this thing because so don't get it. Now counting the also for the two. You never catch it on fresh. I have already very cheap my fashion sense. I work out old people now just about old people. I don't know why. I don't work with my baby. Baby, I don't know. I have never done it. So all through my life, I'm always learning. Because those people always tell me things. But they always follow me talk, don't shake me. So every time I always stay shaped by people. As we get close now, it's not me. So always be. They talk with me, they talk with me. So all those things I ain't go